So one of the first things that I like to do is I take off everything that has my summer coloring, and I have a big plastic bin that I will put that in, and then I will put it in another area that's safe where it won't get bumped, and probably it won't come out until the beginning of the year, just because one season rolls into the next, and then I've got Christmas that I'll be decorating. So all of my summer, which has been up for probably the last 5 or 6 months, all of that comes down and gets cleaned off, the mantle gets cleaned, and sometimes I'll even take my paintings and things like that down. For Halloween, I may or may not, but certainly by the time Christmas rolls around, I do. So let's clean all of this off now. Okay, I have my pumpkin sippy cup ready to go. I call them sippy cups. My friend has a little girl and I said, "Oh, where's my sippy cup?" And she gave me the funniest look. Well, you know what I mean. Okay, so let's dive right in and see what's in this bin. So one of the things I'm going to do as I go through the bin, I will show you everything, but I want to decide whether I really want to keep it. Last year I wasn't sure. I think I like this. I want to keep it. I'll probably put it up and decorate with it, but I wasn't really sure. So here's one of the first things that I have loved, and it is a popcorn bucket from Disney, and of course it's Nightmare Before Christmas, and his nose lights up and he glows in the dark. So that's a lot of fun. I like it a lot, and I actually was using it as a purse. And I thought it was the cutest purse, but will I use it? I'm not really going out and doing, oh, and there's stuff in it too. So, all right. Oh, I put some of my delicates, so I hope I didn't. I have, those of you who know me know that I like a lot of mermaid stuff. So I have this little mermaid. Okay. I probably will keep that. There are some napkins that say, "I want candy." Even though I don't eat a lot of candy. I have the napkins. Oh, and then I did a whole video on this last year. So if you have not watched my toppers, my whipped cream toppers, I made these whipped cream toppers last year, and they go on top of a mug, or you could put them on top of something like this too. Cute. So I have a few of these that I made last year. So if you go back and watch that video, you will see that I have learned a little bit since I very first started doing videos, but you still get the idea of how to make those toppers. So if you're wanting to do, and they're a fun craft to do with your kids or your grandkids too. So that's there. And then here's another mermaid. It's kind of funny the way I packaged her. She's very, very delicate. And so I put her in a piece of bubble wrap, and then I Velcroed it. And so she was literally in an air cushion. You never know what's going to work for packaging. So there's another kind of creepy mermaid. I have a couple of pashimas. This one is orange and purple, and I was never wearing it for normal, you know, like as a scarf. But I thought it's the perfect Halloween color, so I put it in there, in the bin, and I'm thinking I'll probably use it. Same thing with this, a purple and black with some fringe on it. They make nice spreads over top of my banquet area. All right, let's see what else is in here. Oh, a couple more delicate things. I wrapped this up, a glass of wine, anyone? And I think you put a candle in the top of that. I got that at Rogers Gardens, and if you haven't seen the Rogers Gardens video from this year, it's really cute. So that came up, that posted a couple of weeks ago, so you can go back and see that if you want to see Rogers Gardens. But that's where this is from. This goes on the mantle, so I will be using this. Oh, I have a dog costume in here. I don't think she wants to be a piece of bacon. I don't think so. So I may be partying with that. She's not big on costumes. I do have a few things in here that are costumes for us, because if we get asked to go to a party or something, it's fun to have something already on hand and make a costume. We don't run out usually and buy. And we've talked about this before, how I'm really trying not to always buy something. I want to use what I have on hand, be creative, mix it up, do it differently than I did the year before. And so as we begin to decorate around here, I'll show you what I mean by that. I have a Halloween dress. Again, don't know if I'm going anywhere that I'll be able to wear that, but it's in here. This is sort of a spooky kind of I put this in a vase, and actually I will show you what I wind up doing with this. I put this in a vase and I put the mermaid laying down in the middle of it, so she looks like she's in the middle of a kelp bed. And she's kind of spooky, the little tiny one that's so delicate. So I didn't want to part with that last. Some tea towels, I'll be putting those out. I have part of a costume that I wore a couple of years ago. I was I went as a disco queen. My husband was a rock and roller. That was a lot of fun. I had a larger one. I had two of these. This was the smaller, and I got rid of the larger one last year when I streamlined everything. This I know is going to go on the coffee cart. Because he's got those little dangly legs. So that's kind of fun. I purchased this last year, and so I look forward to having that along with my shirt. Another tea towel. Now this bin has Thanksgiving as well as Halloween, so I'll get them out, or at least I will show you whenever I make a transition then from Halloween to November. I will do more fall and take away some of the spooky stuff. I'm wondering if I have another bin, because I'm surprised that I got rid of that much, that I'm really down to really only one bin of Halloween decor. So maybe I did. I was being very diligent last year, and we'll see how creative I can be. Here's another pumpkin. So a lot of these things, as I said, I will not even pull out until after the spooky stuff comes down. I think what we need to do first is clean off the coffee cart and get a space for us to reorganize and redecorate with the Halloween stuff. So let's go do that. Here are my live flowers. Yes, those are real. And then I added the little fluffy orange ones. So there's only 3 flowers in the mix that aren't real. And I give them a little drink of water every morning when I make my coffee. The tiered tray on my coffee cart is still very usable. I picked up 3 or 4 little tiny sort of plastic lightweight styrofoam. I'm not sure what they're made out of. They're very lightweight. I picked those up on the dollar bin at Target, and I thought they were light enough that they wouldn't take up much space or weight in my one box. And here's my little dangly-legged guy. I wound up changing out the little container for the straws. Although the hand was cute and spooky, it wasn't practical. And I do need practical in the morning when I'm making my coffee. And then if you haven't seen my toppers video, I did that last year on how to make these whipped toppers. And I actually had a black plastic coffee cup. Well, you know, it's a reusable. And so rather than using all of my heavy coffee mugs, I had that one, and it turned out pretty well. And the tray is still very usable because it's not too full, and I have access to the things I use every morning. You know, only having one box of decorations really forced me to think outside the proverbial box. I have this crinkle, I don't know what you call it, but it really has been very useful over the years, and I just keep putting it back in a little Ziploc baggie, and you use it again the next year in a different way. So I had these candles, which I thought, I'm not really using these candles. Why not? Let's get them out and use them. So again, forcing myself to use a few little things that, to make it festive. Now here are my paper goods that I purchased, and I was able to get them for $1 a package at the grocery store. I have a candle inside my glass of blood. At least I think that's what it's supposed to be. And then a few small paper items that to tuck away very easily. One of my favorite is the Magic Candle Company, and this is one that I've been saving for Halloween. It has a smoky, almost like the Haunted Mansion. That is a book that I got when my son was just a little baby, and you put a picture in and then every page tells a different story, and I just think it's so cute, and I bring it out every Halloween. And there's my spooky mermaid. So I want to wrap this up by saying that this year I was shocked that I didn't have as much to decorate with. And that's because I did a really big purge last year, and I was forcing myself to get creative and come up with ways of having little mini vignettes and displays that I probably wouldn't have done in the past. So I think it worked out okay. One of the things that I did is that I went with consumables. So I did get my Halloween paper goods. I also invested in real flowers, and the flowers that I showed you were real with just a couple of fake flowers tucked in, and then I used the rest of those fake flowers to create a cute little display for my centerpiece on my dining room table. And then as it turned out, because I didn't have as many Halloween decorations as I thought I did, I really only had one box. I wound up keeping my little popcorn bucket from Disneyland from The Nightmare Before Christmas because I really do like it. And also I wound up taking down that seascape and putting up a scary mermaid. So the key to decorating a small home is that you pick just a couple of areas that are focal points. So this is one of the first things you see when you walk into my house. The coffee area, my coffee cart, is something that I see every morning, and so that's where I put the fresh flowers. And then finally the buffet area, and that's an area where we will sit down and have our meals. So I hope this was helpful to you. I know last year whenever I did my haul away, it was a little difficult for me to do because I really do enjoy decorating for Halloween. But when I look at the space that it was taking and for the amount of time that it's out, I just decided I was going to part with it. And as it turns out, a woman who has several children who really got into decorating for her kiddos, she came and picked it up and she was over the moon. She was really happy to get it all. So it goes on to live another life. So I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.